They may not be getting a lot of style points, but the Philadelphia Eagles are headed to Pittsburgh, and they are 3-1. Welcome into the Sporting News Studios for Hot Reads, our weekly look at the NFL with Hall of Fame quarterback Troy Aikman. My name is Tom Vandervoort. Troy, the Philadelphia Eagles are 3-1. Eagles fans are probably nervous because they haven't looked that good, but on the other hand, they have beat the New York Giants. They have beat the Baltimore Ravens. What's your take on the Eagles at this point in the season?
Well, I think what you said is right. You know, they've not played their best football yet, and I think that you'd have to consider that kind of a good thing, that they are 3-1 and they've been able to find ways to finish games and win games when they've played less than their best, and that's something that we were unable to say a year ago. So I think that for Eagle fans and for the organization, they look back to last year with high expectations and then really struggled coming right out of the gate. And this year with the turnovers, I mean, certainly a concern through the first three games. They got that corrected at least against the Giants, but to be able to win games in this league is very hard to do, and to do it when you're not playing your best, I think is probably a good sign for this team because they're going to continue to get better, and they're an awfully talented team, and I think they shore up a few things. This is going to be a team that's going to be playing pretty good football as we move down the year.
Now, the Steelers had an early bye week, and they're coming off that. They need to make some progress here this season. What is the effect of a bye week for a football team when one of the teams has it, the other one doesn't? Is it a big advantage or not really for the Steelers?
Well, I think it is an advantage. I mean, if you're playing really good football and then you have a bye, sometimes that can be a little bit disruptive. I think teams probably suffer more in the game prior to a bye as opposed to following a bye. Most teams, after a week off, they get a chance for their bodies to recover. They get a little bit of break, get away from the game. It's kind of a refreshing time for these players and coaches, and usually they come back and respond very favorably to that. And I think as it relates to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that has been really banged up. James Harrison is yet to play. Troy Polamalu's missed the last two games. Rashard Mendenhall offensively has not yet played this year. So maybe Polamalu and Mendenhall will be back this week, and I think that bye week probably helped them because they likely would not have played last week if they had played a game.
I can't let you get out of here without asking about Tim Tebow and the New York Jets. And that was a beatdown at the hands of the San Francisco 49ers. And the Jets are going to be at home. It's going to be Monday night, a team that, truthfully to me, reminds me a lot of the 49ers with a very solid defense. J.J. Watt, I'm talking about the Texans. What's the situation in your mind about the Jets maybe turning to Tim Tebow? Is that a possibility on Monday night? Should it be a possibility on Monday night? And how do you see that situation kind of unfolding right now?
Well, I think it's a possibility. It's an organization that expects a lot coming into the season. Rex Ryan said this was the best team that he had since he's been the head coach there in New York, and so high expectations. And they have not played to the level that they expect to, and Mark Sanchez has struggled. Do I think they should go to Tim Tebow? No, I don't. I think some of the things that were of concern in the offseason when they picked up Tebow to be the backup have come to fruition. And, every quarterback is going to struggle at some point in the year. Mark Sanchez and that entire organization has been answering questions about Tebow and how much playing time he's going to get and what the impact is going to be, more so than any other backup in the entire league. And they knew that when they picked him up, and it created a distraction certainly. And Mark Sanchez, whether that alone has impacted his play or he's just simply not playing well, it's a difficult situation to be in, and I didn't like it from the beginning. I don't like it now. But Tim Tebow, based on what I've seen of him as a starter, I like him a lot, and I'd love to have him on my team. I think there's a place for him. But as far as being the starting quarterback, to throw the ball the way that I think you need to throw it to win in this league, I don't think that it would be an improvement over Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, it certainly could be a very interesting night on Monday up in New York. All right, Troy, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure as always.
All right, buddy.